I do think it's a bit funny that, and I don't take any particular sides. They're all playing in the same game, in my opinion. So, but considering that the right is they very heavily identify with the color red is really interesting to me because they are definitely the most vocal and proud of very misogynist takes, including the women, because nobody hates women more than other women, we will find. Pick me. It's this social contract situation with patriarchy. It's a problem. It's very cultish, really, at its core. But because, like, in every cult, and I was like learning this from knitting cult lady, look her up. She's amazing. There's any kind of cult hierarchy. Women are never not a servant class. Okay. But I just think it's funny that they very heavily identify with red, and like you even have like the red pill movement, the Menonists or whatever. And I think it's really interesting because red is the color of the divine feminine, not the divine masculine. So these people who are always very almost obsessive over the idea of masculinity and macho and strength, and like associating strength with eliminating the feminine, or unknowingly, they're like the engines of their own lack, right? They're the engines of their own deficit. And that's why they are so upset. Like, red seems to be such a focal point because, like, they actively work to eliminate any aspect of femininity from, like, their own spirit and, like, their lives and their society. But their spirit knows that that's what's making them so angry and unhappy. It's that they're not allowed to cry. It's that they have to fulfill a role that tells them the only acceptable mode of experiencing the human experience is to be angry in a way that can fuel violence in a way that is beneficial to the machine of the military-industrial complex and of like warring and of like upholding the upper class, basically. So it's like they're aware on some level that that's what's happening, but they're misidentifying the source, right? They're scapegoating the feminine when really they're the source. They're the engine of their own deficit and their own misery and unhappiness.